Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the 19th of December, 2021. Thought I would do a quick review of the Cammy Awards that took place last week. We had all the voting, and I wanted to give you a little more details about the votes. We did a live stream. I did a live stream last night with all the winners, and some people want to know a little more details about the vote. So let's take a look at all the different categories in a little more detail. There were some write-ins and a little more, but I basically just gave you the top three vote getters. So let's look at more details, shall we? Favorite nomad who really travels, okay? The winner of that was a tie between Adventure Van Man, Brian, and Slim Potato Head, okay? Second place went to RV Rebel Girl. She was actually only a few votes behind either Brian or Lamont. So, I mean, not Brian or Slim. So she almost, a couple more votes, she could have won. But anyway, she was very close. Okay, so she was second place. Third place. Hey, everybody, let's do a quick video here of a little more details about the wonderful Cammy Awards for 2021. Just a little more background about all the different categories and who was, we got some write-in votes and some other stuff. The category one, favorite nomad who really travels, was that category was won by Adventure Van Man and Slim Potato Head, who tied in the number of votes. Very close behind them in second place, very close, was RV Rebel Girl. Behind her was a Foresty Forest, and they were all very close. So it wasn't that many votes that separated all four of those folks. So that's the top three categories. Let's see. Fourth place was Carolyn's RV Life. Fifth place was Lamont at Large. Sixth place was a tie between Snow and Kurt and Full Tiny House. And Nikki Delventhal took, well, she got some votes, but she was down towards the bottom of the vote count. The category two, favorite passed away pet, Jack's Nomadic Fanatic took a substantial lead, but I was surprised at how well Champ did from the Doxinator. Both of those got considerably more votes. Sober, Living Free they all did well, but yeah, I was surprised at how well Champ did. But we got a write-in for Pack Rats at Pandaland, so that was one write-in. Category three, the most dramatic nomadic channel. A pretty substantial lead by Mr. Linescrew. Again, Mr. Linescrew did post, Linescrew1 did post a video up a couple days after we announced all the categories, and so he did get his what do they call screwballs or friendlies, whatever you want to call them, out to vote. So but so if you want to toss him out just for the, even though he did win the category, Nomadic Fanatic would have won it, but Living Free Mike came in second or third, if you want to put Linescrew up there. Camper Van Kenny, Kevin, and Trippin' Tracy tied for the next place. So they would have been, let's see, if we have Linescrew1 at 1, Nomadic Fanatic at 2, Living Free Mike at 3, then we would have had Camper Kenny, Camper Kevin, and Trippin' Tracy in fourth place with a tie. And then the next vote counter that got the most was the Mobile Traveler Randy. So there. So yeah, a little more detail there. Category 4, Nomad, favorite Nomad parody channel. Now, DC Parodies and James Smith are probably the same person, so if you add them together, that's 10. But Linescrew1 again bombed that category and came out with way more votes than Parodies and Smith got together. Dave 2D, surprisingly got quite a bit of votes, even though he has been off of YouTube or at least in other forms on YouTube during this past crazy year for him. Most outrageous clickbait, again, pretty easy victory there for Little House Off Grid Rob. Morgan did pretty well for second place, and Scotty Kilmer came in third. Even though he isn't a nomad, he does travel, right? This is a category I kind of wish we didn't do. It's kind of stupid. Nomad sponsor you're most sick of. Jackery easily won that one. It's kind of a dopey one. Again, we did these awards in such a hurry that Nicest nomad, again, Scott and Terry Again, they haven't posted hardly anything this year. They've been very busy with their personal things, selling their house up in Washington State and buying some land and getting a new vehicle and selling off the old truck camper. So, but still, you know, people love them, Scott and Terry. They really did easily win that category. Surprisingly well. In second place was RV Camper Marie. Now, I guess I'll take some credit for that because I was featuring her a lot in my videos when I was in Arizona. She was nice enough to give me a guided tour of Quartzsite, and then she hung around with me and my hosts there in the Mesa area for a couple days, and we did some live streaming together, and she did get a lot of new subscribers. So, you know, I will take the credit for her second place position there. But hey, we're just having some fun here. Slim Potato Head ranked third, and he did very well also. And then fourth place was Adventure Van Man. And fifth place was Lori's Way. I think so. Yeah. And Pandemonium came in sixth. And then we had some write-in votes for Adventure Time Louie and for Dave's RV Life. So that's that category. The Nomad you'd most like to hang out with, category 8. Again, Steve Wallace probably would have won this had not Line Screw gotten his friendlies in to vote, but Line Screw did win it. Steve Wallace came in second. They were almost tied, but there's a couple votes between them. But Steve Wallace, you know, was, I think, he would have won had it not been for Line Screw. But that's okay. You know, those are the rules. You can tell your folks to go vote. As long as they're all voting one entry per email address and it doesn't look like anyone's just copying and pasting stuff, the votes do count. So that's that. Let's see. So that's Line Screw won in first, Steve Wallace in second. Third place was Destination Open Road, Scott and Terry. Fourth place, a very strong showing from Van City Van Life Chrome. Fifth place was Pandemonium Aja. Sixth place was a tie between Hobo Shoestring and Blue Van Dan. We got some write-ins in that category for Van Life Sagas and for My Basic Chantel. Okay, so yeah. Hottest Nomad, meaning, you know, SEXY, you know, whatever. Anyway, it's, you know, Sarah Wonder Hussey, despite the armpit hair, did very well. She had some controversies. That not only that, but then there was the cat, the indoor cat trying to, you know, live it outside there in her new Death Valley home. You know, she got some controversy, but despite all that controversy of the last year or so, she has managed to easily win that. Now, it was close. It was very close. Hannah Strait was just a few votes behind her, came in second. Dr. Hannah Strait. Let's see. And third place went to Blue Van Dan. So, yeah, nice to see a guy in the mix there. Howdy, neighbors. Very close behind Blue Van Dan in third place was Unstoppable Morgan in fourth. And Enigmatics Jamie was in fifth place. So, yeah. Catherine Gregory, Samantha R. Olmstead, Advancers Over 50, and Rosie O'Kelly all got substantial numbers of votes, but none of them were in that top 4 or 5. So, but they were all represented fairly well. And finally, category 10, the Nomad who has worked hardest on building out their vehicle. The winner easily there was Foresty Forest. I felt bad about this because I think there could have been 2 other people added to this category easily, and they were Campulance Man and Dave's RV Life, because they really did, they both spent a lot of time building out their vehicles this year. Campulance Man spent the whole summer there in the Rochester, New York area doing a lot of changes to his ambulance. Now, we got write-ins for Campulance Man, Dave's RV Life, Maxwell's Minibus, and Linda in Bama. So those are write-ins, but Foresty Forest easily took the category with Van City Van Life Chrome in second, Adventure Van Man Brian in third, and also substantial votes for both Samantha R. Olmstead and Dawn of Van Life. Samantha R. Olmstead is the flight attendant who's been having a whirlwind of problems with her van, but it's fun to watch. And of course, Dawn of Van Life and her box truck there, working on that continuously. So that those there are the some more details on the categories. I want to thank everybody for your votes. Again, we were a little hectic this year. Usually I start working on these the Cammys in mid-November, and I just, with my trip, I almost thought about just shelving it for this year, but I'm glad we did it. We had some fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. You know, some people are saying, oh, you need to ban Line Screw 1 next year, because that happens every year. We always get somebody who goes on their Facebook page or goes on a YouTube video or goes somewhere else on Instagram and says, hey folks, I'm running in the Cammy Awards, would you vote for me? That's you're allowed to do that. And if your friendlies or your screwballs or your army or your whatever wants to do that, that's not up to you. Again, we have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. I want to thank everybody who voted. And I did drop a few votes that I could easily tell were questionable. Even though they came from separate email addresses, if they were like two emails that came about the same time and had exactly the same voting, and they were from, I would assume, there was a couple votes I kind of went, that looks too suspicious. But there was only 2 or 3 of those that I did that with and kind of thought, hey, that looks like somebody just cut and paste something and is voting twice. But I'm sure some people did, cheat a little bit, but I wouldn't call what Line Screw 1 did as cheating. I think what he did was, honestly told his fans to vote for him, hey, or at least suggested that they do that, and that's totally fine. We're just having some fun here, and and I think just the fact that you get nominated in these categories is, more than enough good things, right? The fact that you got nominated was a good thing. So anyway, so I want to thank everybody for voting, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and I also want to say that we're going to get Mr. Rockford to print up some nice little cards, laminated cards, winner 2021 Cammy Awards, and we'll send those out to any of the winners that request them. And you can make a request at camodave@gmx.com. And we'll be doing that, but there will be no statues this year. No. We're zero effort productions. Thanks for watching. Vlog under.
Camodave, you need to fix this room up. It's a mess. It's a junk. All this junk's around the room. Whoa, look at everybody's all in the mess. Clean up this room now. Look at it all. Look, there's a disembodied head, and then there's all those bags of nuts. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Clean it up. Clean it up. Clean it up now. Well, Dave, you know how to do it, Oh.